Alright, in this video, we're going to go over kind of some concurrent items that you'll be doing whenever the phone is not ringing. So, obviously, when the phone's ringing, we're picking it up, and if it just keeps on coming and keeps on ringing, we just keep picking it up. Eventually, a break will happen. You'll play a little bit of catch up, maybe put some jobs in the system, maybe take that time to run your daily report or something along those lines. But, just your daily running list of things. Work on payroll. You need to go check your filter cleans and make sure that you got those scheduled. Things along those lines. But whenever the phone's just not ringing, what are you supposed to do with your busy hands? So we're just going to go over it. I'm not going to really go over how to get to these things. I'm just going to explain what it is that you should be doing. There are other videos that you can watch that'll actually reference how to find these items. So first things I like to do is go over to Ion. It's quiet. I always want to make sure my technicians are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Concurrent things are always happening. Kind of where are they at? I noticed here a little bit earlier. It's 1 o'clock. David's got 8 jobs left. He's actually helping his sister handle some stuff with her car, and he's getting on the road. He's going to get caught up. I'm not worried about it. David gets his stuff done. He's a good guy. And then just kind of see where's everybody else at. It's get a general idea. But not only do I want to know where they're at and how much they've done, I want to know what that stuff looks like. So I go over to the customers tab, choose the technician, and today is Wednesday. And start working my way down the line, kind of see which ones has he done, and then just get some information. So it looks like he's actually completed this one for the day. So I can look at the chemical readings, 5, 7.6, and at 80, it looks good. He added 5 tabs because the chlorine's already at a 5, so that's good. Check the images. Pool looks really good. Time card is filled out. Go over to the work orders tab. See reports. There is a recent report. This was actually turned in last week. It's because the chlorinator needs a new O-ring, so we just need to do a follow-up call with this guy. One of those examples of dialing for dollars. And then just give the guy a call and start trying to get that approved, things along those lines. I haven't gotten it approved. It's a pretty small deal. He's probably going to end up taking care of it himself. But for the sake of tracking purposes, I'm going to go ahead and move that up so we can follow up again on it this week and just make sure it always stays on that rotation until we get it taken care of. And then just keep going. There's another one, 5, 8, and an 80. Filter PSI is good. He added muriatic acid because the pH is high, which is what he should do. He only added tabs because the chlorine is fine. Images, pool looks great. And just do that with the technicians. Not only do you want to know where they're at, but you want to see if there's anything that's going to be sneaking up on you ultimately. You want to see these photos. You want to see the maintenance card report. You want to see the chemical reports. You want to look for irregularities on these pools. So that way the customer doesn't, one, we avoid the customer calling in the first place because we're able to get ahead of it by dialing out to them before they can dial into us. Things along those lines. Yeah, so that's one thing that you can do. Of course, the other stuff is just for the sake of, go back to your GPS. You check it in the morning. You kind of monitor it throughout the day. Concurrent, just you always want to go back and look at this thing every once in a while to see if anything's changed. Have any new alarms showed up? Are the technicians completely out of bounds from their route? Say, like, for example, David's been parked here for a minute trying to help out his sister. He's got pulls over here, but he's way out of bounds. So, of course, that triggered us to contact him and say, hey, what's going on with the day? You should be over here doing this. You should be on your pulls. What's happening? And he explained it. So, and yeah, well, and just check this. Just make sure, go to your maintenance, see if any new reports are needed, any new oil changes, things like that. And you check this in the morning, but miles keep going. Might as well just see. It's taking its sweet time to actually load. I don't like to wait for this stuff. Let's just keep moving. We already checked this for the day. Let's just keep moving. Next thing up, filter cleans. Dialing out for filter cleans. What do we have for those? Weekly new. We have one right here. Bobby Ewan. This is actually here for the purpose of tracking for myself. We don't need to book this job. That's why I have my personal notes. I put this here on purpose because this guy's looking to be a possible seasonal cancellation. I'm trying to stop that from happening. So I've actually moved this over to this date, and he's not canceling yet. He's giving us till the end of this month to decide if he's going to be a seasonal cancellation. And then if he decides that he still wants to do a seasonal cancellation, I'm going to have this right here as a reminder, and I'm going to use it to see if I can save him even more. Say, hey, how about we go ahead and move your filter cleanup? Just a little note for myself. I have it on a little sticky pad. Follow up with the new weeklies. Weekly new Fort Worth. Carlos Betenzos. Kind of where are we with this guy? Sent him an email. He's responded to the email. At this point, he's just sitting there waiting. I just need to give him a call. Again this week, we're kind of playing tag back and forth to see if he's going to get on the weekly service. There's a weekly new right here for Adrian Gonzalez. Waiting for his DocuSign to come in. You'll see a little bit more about him. I have him sat here. He said he wanted to start weekly service, but he hasn't necessarily started weekly service because he hasn't returned my terms of service, nor has he answered the phone to provide me with a card on file. Don't know how you can sign up for service if you're not willing to put any of the paperwork on file. So you kind of get an idea. You follow up with your new weeklies, dial out to the ones that you need to follow up with. Check your filter cleans. Make sure that you don't have any of those that are due. Check your pool cleaners. Actually physically check the pools that they've done based on the photos that they've uploaded. If they didn't upload photos or they didn't submit all the information that they were supposed to, contact them and ask them nicely to please do so. It is company policy. And then you can come over and mix things up. Check your accounts receivable. Very, very important. I'll back out. Just do a quick run through just to make sure it actually refreshes. And just start looking at what do we have in our receivable stuff that we need to collect on. Brandon Ross. Tried to run this earlier today. It declined. He's not answering the phone. Sharon Bilderback, not due until 11/1. Waiting for a check to come in. Her credit card is expired, so we definitely need to give her a call. Adrian Gonzalez. Mr. hasn't returned my terms of service or answered the phone to put a card on file. He actually has money populated in the QuickBooks currently. Because he's been set up on the weekly service, so it automatically pushed it through. If he doesn't end up actually answering the phone and getting things put on file properly, I'll just come through here and actually delete these and discontinue a service in our system. So I can't collect on those. Sam Sutton, it looks like a lot of money. It is a lot of money. We're collecting on that this week once we get his Web Connect actually synced up properly. We've been waiting for the weather. Adrian Gonzalez again for the other stuff. And then we have all these older ones that obviously are a problem. We got notes with cards missing, wouldn't answer the phone. These are disputed charges for, they disputed some work that we did. We got the approval for it, but she disputed it anyways. We kicked it over to QuickBooks, said give us our money back. Same with this person. This person literally stole from us. So this is just stuff that it's going to be there until we get to write it off. But go through your aging detail, collect the money that you can collect when the money is due, call the people that you haven't collected money on, and make sure that we're getting it. Once you've done that, you can just come back. At that point, for the most part, it's contacting your supervisor, find out what reports do we need right now, find out how many pulls do we have in total, how many filter cleans are due, have the filter cleans been getting booked, are the additional maintenance needs, and you run in this circle consistently all the time throughout the day. And really that's it. I mean, you're gonna be checking your IR, checking your text. Are the pulls getting done? Any repairs, repair needs, any filter cleans need to get booked. If it's completely dead, what you are doing at that point, once you ran AR and you can't collect anymore, and once your pool cleaners are taking 45 minutes on a job site, you obviously can't sit there for 45 minutes on a job site. Your job at that point in time is to, number one, contact your supervisor, find out are there any reports that need to actually be ran, and two, dial for dollars. Start trying to get filter cleans booked in the system by from customers that don't have them. All of our weeklies come with filter cleans. Look in the past. Go to check the previous month worth of actual service calls that we did. 2017. Run a report for all of September. And I want to know every service call that Kevin did. Let's say ask your supervisor if there's any reports to be ran. Whenever it is completely dead, then there will be moments where it's 30, 45 minutes, an hour of silence. Pool cleaners are cleaning pools. You don't have any problems. Customers aren't complaining. People aren't calling in because the weather's bad. Um, you've already checked everything that you can check because they haven't done any more pools for the day. You've called all of the filter cleans that you need to call. What about and you're just done. You're out of things to do. So look for the month previous, create a little report, just like this, and go through these customers and start calling them. Say, hey, were you happy with the service that we provided? Yeah, absolutely. Very happy with the service that was provided. All right, a few things. We provide weekly service in that area if you're interested. We do have filter cleaning packages that we can get you set up on every 6 months, every 4 months, every 3 months. If you're interested, also, if you were satisfied with it, would you be willing to leave us a good review on these websites? They're bound to say yes to one of those questions. Once you ask them, do you want weekly service? Do you want a filter cleaning recurring package? Will you leave a review? They're bound to say yes to all of those if you can get them on the phone. Just start going through them. Any of them that aren't weekly customers already in the system, you can follow up, see if you can generate some more stuff. Dialing for dollars. This is dialing for dollars. It comes with the phone numbers. It comes with the emails. Everything you need to know. It's on this little report right here. Yeah, I mean that's the number one thing that you can do in your free available time in the event that you have absolutely nothing to do and your supervisor has nothing else that is needed to be done. So, anyways, that is it.